is fresh off throwing 50 touchdown passes, over 5,000 yards, and being named MVP. But everyone is still buzzing about his left-handed and no-look passes from last season. But get this, Mahomes said yesterday that he actually practices those plays. Take a listen.
You're throwing left-handed into the net, and some people might say, "Oh, he's just out there goofing around." That's serious stuff to you, right? Because you might need that skill set at one point, right?
Yeah, I always mess around trying to do stuff like that. Hopefully, I never have to throw it left-handed again. I mean, if it happens, it happens, and hopefully I complete it again. But all that stuff with the no look and throwing across my body and all that stuff is stuff I'm working on. I mean, I'm trying to see if I can make these throws. I'm trying to see that I can still put our team in the best position and not hurt us. And that's stuff that I work on each and every practice so I can utilize in the game.
Oh, Shannon, is this a good or bad idea for Mahomes to do this?
I think it's a great idea, Skip, because a lot of times what you see guys do in the game, they've done it in practice. And this is why you practice, because then it becomes second nature for you in the game. You know, Skip, and guys normally practice a lot of things, trick shots, horsing around, they're playing against each other. Do you think Steph Curry, first time shooting a
Ask you, Mr. Sharp.
What?
Have you ever heard of a quarterback practicing these things? I haven't. I've been covering the game longer than you played the game. I've never heard of this before. Your homeboy is in danger of turning into a sideshow caricature of himself, encouraged by a head coach who is all about offense. And Andy Reid, who continues to say to the NFL world, "Look what I found in the draft. Look what I traded up and drafted," right?
He throw better left-handed and he right-handed than somebody else that played that position many years ago. I ain't saying no names.
Oh, really? No names? Whew.
Brett Favre practiced conventionally. He tried to perfect conventional, and then when he had to resort to it in the game, he resorted to improv.
Yeah.
But he practiced conventionally. He didn't practice sideshow conventionally. The danger here is that Andy Reid will let his young quarterback be turned into this state fair midway sideshow freak show.
Yeah, traveling.
Hurry, step right up
the traveling
and
circuit.
see the amazing trick shot artist quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. He can throw it from 30 yards through a tiny hole left-handed.
Yep.
He can throw it behind his back through a tiny hole from 40 yards.
That's coming.
Left-handed, behind his back.
Oh, curly.
Yep.
Oh,
Here we go. He can throw it sidearm. Now you see him, now you don't. Now he looks, now he doesn't. The amazing Mahomes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, see, well, you're looking at it like the no look. But the thing that makes quarterback great is they have to be able to change platforms. You have to be able to throw over the top. You got to throw sidearm.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and so, in other words, you're just going to get in the game and do that when you haven't practiced it. No, you practice that. And so now he's teaching you when he practiced this, Skip, and I'm sure he does this with sometimes probably just playing catch with Travis Kelce, looking at one guy throwing over there. Because your natural thing is if somebody's not looking at you, because what happens? You ain't looking at me, you're not talking to me. Excuse me, you talking to me? Yeah, I was talking to you, but you weren't looking at me. And that's my homeboy saying, hey, even though you don't think I see you, I see you over there. So just keep running. Yeah, that thing was nice, too. You say I did that?
Huh. You know and I know that this league figuratively eats its young. This league figures out how to put its young quarterbacks back in their place after only 1 year of starting, because all those division rivals spent the whole offseason trying to figure out ways to put Patrick Mahomes back in his place.
Yeah.
If he continues to resort to all this showboat stuff...
He don't do that, Skip. You make it seem like his whole game is improv.
Andy Reid will encourage this because Andy Reid, 6 now in championship games.
But, Skip, his defense let him down. Now, stop that.
Okay, he doesn't think about defense. He thinks about offense.
Well,
he's the Mike D'Antoni of the National Football League.
But it was a lot of times, it was his offense that let him down. Because Jim Johnson, his whole defense were balling out. And it was his offense that was letting him down against Carolina, against Tampa.
You know why? Because the other defense will figure it out after a while.
Man.
Look, I don't wish this upon Patrick Mahomes because I think he's a really good kid. I watched his whole interview yesterday. He's good. He has a good heart to him, and he looks great. His body looks great. He is entering his prime as we speak. So the sky is the limit unless you go completely over the edge into freak show sideshow.
That ain't what he gonna do.
I don't know.
I mean, Skip, sometimes look, I get another sport that you love watching and you've picked up since you've been out here in Cali. You play it an awful lot. Golf. Do you think those shots those guys hit?
I picked it up out in Cali?
No. I say you play it a lot more now. You
Not
play
really, but go ahead.
So you were playing in Bristol in December? In December?
No.
In January?
No, but in
February?
the spring and summer.
Exactly.
I think I played more golf in Bristol than I do here.
Yeah, because you busy harassing me. But anyway.
I am. That is true.
But let me ask you a question. Do you think the first time you see a guy hit one of those shots when he's in the rough or behind a tree or something, the first time he's ever done that shot is in that tournament? Or do they practice it?
Okay, but it's not a trick shot. It's just an escape shot.
Okay, well, he escaped. He escaped with a sack.
And you know what? Nobody practices those shots.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do, Skip.
I don't.
Yeah, they do.
And I have to hit a bunch of them.
First of all, Skip,
I don't go on the practice range and say, let me put myself in the worst position possible. Nobody does that.
Skip, first of all, you either pro or you're an amateur. All these other guys, as great as Tony Romo is, he can't beat the worst golfer that's on the tour. Those guys are pros, and they practice what they do. You're not going out there, Skip, and never seeing a shot. You behind a tree. You don't think they throw the ball behind the tree when they're practicing? So what they do? They just go out there and just putt.
No,
And
when they're playing practice rounds, if they hit a bad shot, they have to escape, and that would be a practice try at that shot.
I'm not saying practice rounds. I'm talking about when they're on their home course. I'm talking about when they're out on their own. So when they just hit the ball, so they hit it perfectly down the fairway every time. That ain't what I see. How a guy go hit the ball behind the tree and then he come from behind the tree and hit it within 4 inches of the cup? So that was the first time that happened?
Okay, let's get back to Patrick Mahomes.
He practicing what he's going to do in the game.
Yeah. I hate it for him that the rest of the NFL is going to see this interview and hear this, and they're not going to love it. Because I know what Shannon Sharp would do.
And they can't do nothing about it.
He'd be in his locker room with the Denver Broncos or the Ravens saying, this kid thinks he's doing that to us?
Yep.
Really?
You know what they say? You talking, all that talking. Man, you ain't going to get it today. I promise you I'll leave with more catches today than I had when I came in the game. Now, what you going to do about it? And I'm going to give it to him first. And just so you don't feel left out, or you will get it in the second half. That's what I would say.
You know what he's going to hear from some defender, some pass rusher? No, he's going to hear, why didn't you try to throw that one left-handed after he throws a pick?
No, he said, no, I'm going to throw this one better right-handed. Okay. Hey, Ty, Reek, get deep.
Okay.
Sammy Watt, gone. Kelps, best tight end in football right now, so you know what he does.
See no evil, but you know I'm right about this.
Skip.
This is tricky.
Skip, you make it seem like he does this like 7, 8 times a game.
He's probably thinking about it.
No.
Because his coach would like it.
Only when did you see him, Skip? When he's running to the sideline on 4th and 10, when he against the Ravens, and he heaved that thing. I'm trying to figure out how
You know what? His coach is more about ego than rings.
Stop it, Skip.
He is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Skip,
got a big ego.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
No.
Skip, everybody has an ego if you play this game.
Yeah, not like Andy Reid when it comes to offense.
So you don't think Coach
Remember
Belichick?
that quote in the Mike Sando piece? You know, anybody could put up numbers in that offense.
Hold on. This offense is the West Coast offense, so it goes way back. So if we just pick it up with Joe Montana in '79, how many of them threw for 50 touchdowns in a season?